event so far today. I have enjoyed all of the presentations. I feel like I've learned something from everyone. I really liked Emily's presentation, the last one that was just on any Gen Xers or Boomers here. You don't have to raise your hand. I'm a Gen Xer. Yeah. When she said, I designed stickers for Google, I was like, yay, stickers! Oh, wait. Okay, stickers. I didn't know those were called stickers, so that's new for me. I'm learning. Fun. So everybody's full from lunch, feeling good, lights are low. Perfect time for a little nippy nap. Not so fast. We're gonna get our fold on. I spend a lot of my time, actually, almost 20 years of my career so far, curating and specifying different creative formats. And I also study engagement strategy and direct marketing and generational preferences in marketing as well. So a lot of it's centered around print. But I want you to think of creative format as a tool in the toolbox, as a way to package content in a creative way. So since I only have 25 minutes, I'm going to do something kind of fun with you guys. We're going to talk about format modification. So much of my research has been in different, kind of separating different characteristics of different formats. And so what I'm going to show you is different characteristics of different formats or folding families, and we're going to modify them across the spectrum. I'm going to show you how you can take different formats and turn them into more and more interesting and engaging marketing pieces. So we're going to start with accordion fold. So the classic characteristic of an accordion fold is a Z, kind of zigzag back and forth. We've all seen accordion folds. Yes, my presentation is all video. So this is the most simple form of an accordion fold. This is a 3-panel accordion fold. This piece was for the Smithsonian. But what I wanted to show you guys is how even the simplest format, 3 panels, can be really engaging. They added a die cut of a blue whale in the center panel. Very unexpected, and yet so creative. You can also see a little bit there that there were some special print effects as well, some varnish. You do a lot of neat things with special finishes as well. So that's the most simple form of an accordion fold. Remember that. Next, this is for Ringling College of Art and Design. This is called a pop-out accordion. Same folding style. But now all we're doing is making 2 parallel cuts across the fold and popping that little cutout section in the other direction to create some dimension. You don't technically have to have an accordion fold to do this. If you have a fold, you can do this, but this is a pop-out accordion fold. I just wanted to show you that this is still the same folding style, just enhanced. So we went from 3 panels to 5, and we've added this very simple parallel die cut across the fold and made it dimensional. This one is called a wrapped accordion. So now all we're doing is taking the basic accordion fold, adding 1 panel to wrap around as a cover. And now you can see here we've got the accordion on the inside, we've got that additional panel to wrap the edge. One of the benefits of this as well, by the way, is that it closes the edge for mailing or inserting into an envelope. If you put that into a rectangular format, it also becomes more mail-friendly for those of you who are thinking of self-mailers, things like that. Okay, so this is called a swirling accordion. Super fun, watch this. Still just an accordion fold. Still just an accordion fold. All we're doing here, and again, we're talking about format modification, all we're doing here is changing the position of the scores. It's the same folding style. So the die line actually looks like this. All that is a long rectangle with angled scores. And yet, if you looked at it all folded up, you think, die cut or something crazy going on there. No, it's a long rectangle with angled scores. That's all this is, accordion folding. Now, we created a circle with that spiral accordion. Let's create a circle in a different way, still an accordion fold, but now we're changing the perimeter shape instead. This is the same fold. This is a 5-panel accordion, just like that Ringling piece that we saw before, except we just got a different perimeter shape. It's a basic 5-panel accordion. A little detail, because I've got designers in the room, I love pointing out these little details. If you look at the edge of that circle, you'll see that it actually has a little complete Edge on it. Okay, so if you're using a circle and you've got an accordion, you're going to have a flat spot in it, right? So what they did is they made sure that they had an odd number of panels so that the cover panel and the back cover panel could complete the circle, if that makes sense. So I love that little design detail. Okay. This one was for Krups. This is called a stepped accordion, still an accordion fold. Now all we're doing is changing the distance between the scores. And what that's allowing us to do is to create a stepped effect. So this was super fun. They also have, as you can see, the little die cuts. That's called a swinger effect. Swinger usually gets a chuckle, just saying. But anyway, there's a die cut on the edge of the fold, which creates kind of a swing effect, and that's how those nice little die cuts of the cups go down the side. It kind of creates almost a sculptural effect, which is really fun. Okay, so now this is a wrapped accordion with laser cuts and swinger fold techniques. You've got the cuts that are coming out of the previous panel, just like we saw on the Krups thing. We've got the wrapped accordion like the Tiffany piece, but now we're in a different orientation. And as you can see, the accordion pulls in. It's just it's a directional shift. That's all. It's the same folding stuff. And then they did just a couple little other techniques. I love the short trim covers. You can do some really nice little things like that that can add a lot of interest. But that was the addition of laser cutting. So you can see that some of these different techniques can kind of get layered and layered and layered. Oh my gosh, we're still in accordions. All right, this is for Lee. This is crazy. This is called a meandering accordion. This piece came in a clear plastic box. And this one also has some cool die cuts on it that are a lot of fun. You can see it kind of as I'm showing that. This piece is so big it just goes past the size of the screen. But the way this works is it's an accordion fold and then a right angle basically, and then go down the other way, right angle, down the other way, keep going, back, other direction, other direction. Now the cool part about this is, I would call this like, you know, the World Series of folding. I mean, you're really in the like major leagues with this. But if you look at this format at its simplest, you can do this with 6 panels. 3 accordion, turn the corner, 3 accordion. So you don't have to take it here. But as you can see, these can kind of build and build and build. And so you can go way out here, or you can go way over here. And as we saw with that simple 3-panel accordion with the blue whale die cut, you can make even the simplest format fun and intriguing and interesting. It's not always about going here. Sometimes you can do huge things with very small details. Next folding family, folding characteristics, gate folds. So gate folds characteristically have 2 panels that fold in toward each other. So that's kind of our basis. So I'm going to show you the most basic form of a gatefold. I like this one in particular because it has a belly band on it, which makes it feel a little bit like a gift. This was an invitation, came in an envelope. So basic 2 panels folded in. I also like this one. It became a carrier piece because of the belly band, which held it in. I like the way that they designed the content. This was for a special event in DC. Just really, really nicely done. Okay, this is the exact same format with a right angle fold applied to it. So I also like to get a little visual trick there. There's your gate fold. I just showed you that in the previous one. Gates in, and then right angle folds down. Now, all of a sudden, this is a self-mailer. You can mail without an envelope if it's tabbed. So flip it over, of course. The fold has to be at the bottom. But I love how all of a sudden we went from this kind of fancy invitation to a more practical format for a brochure. This is called an open gate. So now we are gating in and then back out in the other direction. This is a beautiful invitation for a special event. Really fun. Okay. As you can see, these are building on each other. What could possibly be next? I don't know. Yes, I do. Okay. So this now is an open gate. But now it has a swinger die cut on both panels. Watch what happens. Isn't that cool? So now we've taken that exact same format, added a simple die cut, and we've now created this kind of changing image effect and dimension and kind of a sculptural type of an effect. Couldn't possibly take it further than that though, right? Or could we? This is a double open gate with 4 swinger die cuts. I had to show it. I couldn't resist. I was like, I've got to go there. This is funny. But it's so fun. I mean, why not? If the concept makes sense, it's really interesting. Now, if it's just wow factor for wow factor's sake, I think sometimes things can be really gimmicky. But if it works with your concept, interesting. But as you can see, each of these things can kind of get layered and layered and layered. So this is also a gate format, but this is called a two-way gate. So it gates in 2 directions. This one's a circle. So this one also, we're kind of starting with a circle perimeter shape, and then we're gating in and gating in again. It also becomes a nice kind of a carrier piece. So some formats really lend themselves to carrying other materials. So that one's fun.